Hey, family tech man, how's your spirit? Talk to me. Tell me something good. We got a good one tonight. I think it's going to take me maybe two or three, maybe even four parts. It's about helping everyone accept, achieve, and appreciate love. In this day and time, this is something that's very, very, very much needed. And the only way we can do it is we have to do it together. So sit back, buckle up, and enjoy the ride. It's gonna be a nice one. I'm talking. I don't even have to head all the way down there. I'm going crazy. Ooh. Oh, let me get to it. Yeah, we're gonna have this is gonna be good. hmm Yeah, give me a minute, y'all. Let me figure everything out. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? The three A's: helping everyone accept, achieve, and appreciate love. Why is love so important? This is something that we all need to ask ourselves. Why is love so important? It's one of the key things that God gives to every living creature. Every living creature has some form of love for something. Imagine you have a sterling silver chain or charm, a small shiny charm that's real silver. If you leave it alone in the dark, it gets dull and dirty. But if you rub it, if you share it, if you keep it in the light, it shines. People are like that charm. We all need love to stay shining. Without love, we get dull, sad, angry, and lonely. And that is so true. Like we have to we have to come to a place in our life we're comfortable with sharing, you know, different aspects of our lives, as far as love. A lot of us don't understand how to show love because we don't know what love is, and this is why we have to be able to accept it. Then once we're able to accept it, then we'll be able to achieve it. Then once we're able to achieve it, then we'll appreciate it because we understand how important love is. And we'll do everything in our powers never to lose it. And this is what it's about. Accept love. That means letting people love you, even when you make mistakes, even when you feel weird or different, even when you're sad. You know, I've come across a lot of people who've been hurt in their lives. and they don't let no one in, you know, but certain people. And it makes you empathize with them because when you have no love in your heart, do you understand how sad and lonely you are? Just think about that for a minute. A person with no love in their heart, they don't, they're very I can't say they're miserable, but what I can say is that they're sad. Everybody wants to be loved. It's part of nature to want to be loved and to love. Has anyone ever told you they love you even when you messed up? How did that feel? Think about it for a second. Even though you know you messed up and they still told you they love you, you felt uh ashamed probably because you probably said to yourself, damn, how could they still love me when I don't even love myself or I'm going through what I'm going through? But it's through adversity change takes place. You got to go through these adversities in life in order for you to make the change you need to make in your life. Achieve love. That means working at it. Love isn't just a feeling, it's what you do. Sharing your snack, saying sorry, listening when someone is talking. And like I said, love is a verb, love is an action word. And when you love somebody or somebody loves you, words don't even have to be expressed. It's a feeling. You never have to tell a person you love them when you show them. What's one thing you did this week to show someone you love them? I'll give you all these examples and these questions so that you can ponder over them, or think about them. If this is something that you want to do, make change in your life. I give you the question and the answer, but it's up to you to formulate it in your mind and figure it out so you can get it. Appreciate love. That means saying thank you for it, not taking it for granted. Like I said, once you appreciate love, you do everything in your powers never to lose it. Notice when someone is kind and telling them, I see you, that matters. Who is in your life gives you love that you don't say thank you for enough? And see, when you really have love in your heart and someone shows you love and appreciation, you know if you're not reciprocating or giving back, and it's going to make you feel a way if you have a good heart and you're going to try in your powers to do something to make it better. It's just life when you got a good heart and you have love in your heart. Why do we have to help everyone get this? Because some kids and grown-ups have been lied taught lies. Like, let me say that again. Because some kids and grown-ups have been taught lies like the lie. You have to be perfect to be loved. The truth, you don't. You just have to be real. And see, this is the whole thing in life. Like I tell you guys, even with this program, you got to be real with you. You don't have to be real with me or anyone else. See, because you can't lie to God. God knows the truth. Everything that you're going to do in your life has already been written. And there's two versions because God is so great, he leaves a path for us all the way, always to get back to him, no matter what, until it's too late. So you just have to be real with you and love will come. See, one thing I've learned about life, going through the things I've gone through, that you really don't need people if you got God in your life. So I understand when women say, I'm married to Jesus and I'm married to God. I understand that because when you have a connection with the Creator, it's special. It's a spiritual connection. Something that no one can take from you. It's something that you've earned by communicating with your higher power or the God of your understanding. So you just have to you gotta keep doing the right thing no matter what. Number two, love is the only for people like you. Love is for everyone. And see, this is what a lot of people fail to realize. Love is for everyone. You know, anything the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. It's up to you. You gotta want to do the right thing in your life. You know. Hold up, where was I at? I lost it. Give me a second, y'all. I told you it's a big. This here you go. And like I said, love is for everyone. Period. It ain't just for some, but you have to work at it. It's something that you have to achieve through labor. And that's working. Another lie we was taught: if someone hurts you, you should hurt them back. No, that just makes two people hurt. I'll give the example of the people who shot me. I forgave them after that. It was too easy to be revengeful. But if we want God to forgive us, we have to be able to forgive. So it's not always about hurting somebody if they hurt you. You have to be able to understand that, what that brings just brings more hurt people. And you heal by loving, forgiving, and keep moving. And this is why it's so important to help everyone accept, achieve, and appreciate love. Imagine if everyone started to forgive people who wronged them. The world would be a much, much, much better place. We just got to put the work in and got to stop being afraid of being uncomfortable because right now we're comfortable with being uncomfortable. You're going to have to sacrifice and be uncomfortable with being uncomfortable so you can be comfortable with being comfortable if it makes sense to you. Another lie we were told: if it's weak to say sorry or ask for help, it's actually the bravest thing you can do. See, one thing about life, a lot of people go off the bravado, men and women, that they have to be strong. Men don't cry. You can't, all that's bull. I've watched men that were dangerous when I was incarcerated break down and cry. And I ain't talking about dangerous for the weapon. I'm saying they, with their hands, with their body, break down and cry. You know what I'm saying? Men that damn near the whole prison was afraid of because they was that nice. But I watched them break down and cry in front of me. So you can't say that uh we have to be this super, super tough. No, God is love and love is God. You have to be like God, all loving, all forgiving. Now, I ain't saying be stupid or being a dummy or being a doormat or being used and abused, but be able to see people for who they are and understand where they are in their life and just know that that's not where you are. So you have to keep striving. and just know that you have to always position yourself in life where no one can do something to you, because like I say, everything starts and ends right here with me. So if something happens wrong, of course I let it. We have to learn the lies from the truth, like cleaning a dirty window so the sun can get through. Like a lot of times people don't understand that if you tell a person a lie long enough, they're gonna believe it. And you might even believe it. I know people like that can lie to themselves and they believe their lies, you know? So even if you're healed, you can still be lied to and tricked because you don't know the lies from the truth. Healing is just one part of healing, if you get my drift. You have to be conscious of everything around you. It's like you have to study what's going on in the world in order for you to see the direction that life is going in, the direction that people are going in, so you can see how people's temperament and their actions are going to be. And like I said, you got to be able to vibrate on a higher level. The devil only can whisper to you in a lower level. But when you conquer your lower self and get to a higher level, it's only up from there. Why do we need to heal and come together? Because right now, a lot of people are walking around with broken silver charms. They've been dropped, stepped on, left in the dark. They think they're worthless, but they're not. When we help one person accept, achieve, and appreciate love, they turn around and help someone else, and that person helps another, and so forth and so on. And that's how you build something positive for all of us, not a building, not a law, a family of humans who finally stop lying to each other and start loving. And see, this is one of the things that I say why I thank God for giving me this program. Because if I can help one person in a lifetime, and that person helps one person in a lifetime, and so forth and so on, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, it'll be a nation of people who are healed, who've helped others to heal, who's helped others to see the lies from the truth and move accordingly and do the things that they need to do to come together and build a foundation in a village together of like-minded people, right? Every single person on earth, no matter what they look like, where they come from, or what they've done, need to know three things. You can be loved even when you're messed up. And a lot of people don't let people in when they messed up. A lot of people have to understand that we can only heal together. Now, you have to be truthful to yourself, but you have to let others in so that we can heal together. Second is you can show love by what you do. Say that again. You can show love by what you do. Like I told you, love is a verb. It's an action word. You never have to say it, but your actions will show. And that's just how life is. And third, you can say thank you for the love you get. A lot of people are afraid to say thank you. It's called manners. It's called the right thing to do, because no one has to help you, but we need to help each other. If we all did that, if we all helped each other do that, the world would stop being so crazy and start being beautiful. That's what we're building, and you're a part of it. Like they say, make America great again. America's never been great, especially after the Caucasus people came on the land. But we can make America great today if we come together and start loving one another, and helping each other love each other, helping each one help achieve, appreciate, and love each other. It's a beautiful thing when you have people that you can count on, people that you can love, and they love you back, and you don't even have to say it. It's in the action. You don't have to even talk to them every day, but y'all have love for each other, because every time you see each other, it's a wonderful thing. As they say in the street, it's always a treat when two players meet. And it's a blessing. 1 second. 12 examples of why accept love matters. The kid who wets the bed, they think they're broken. Accepting love means someone says, I still love you. Let's clean it up together. Have you ever been scared to tell someone something because you thought they'd stop loving you? I'm guaranteeing you, everybody out there who listens or who hears this has gone through that, because we think failure is forever. Failure is just a lesson for you to grow. Excuse me. Failure is a part of you just learning life. Because as I always tell you, there's no rules to life for real. You have to learn life by going through it. People can tell you, but the best teachers experience all the time. And why I say that is because going through all the things I've gone through, I realized that if I didn't go through these things on my own, I wouldn't have never really learned them. I'm a person who learns from examples, like going through it, doing it, more like a visual learner, than a person showing me exactly what it is, and I can go from there. Number two, the grown up who lost their job, they feel worthless. Accepting love's meaning that someone says, you're not your paycheck, you're still you. Who helped you feel valuable when you had nothing to offer? Ask yourself this. Like I said, I give you examples and I give you questions so you can start to use your head for more than a hat rack. Think about the things that I'm saying. It's a reason why I'm telling you this, because we have to start learning to love, accepting love, achieving love, appreciating love, because there's so much hate out here. Like I said, look what's going on in the world right here in America. You know, you got to damn near pay to go to work to get a paycheck with the prices, the gas and food and everything. You're paying to work, and that's not how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to work to get paid, not pay to go to work. And the people don't see it. I mean, like, it's like this country, people are brainwashed so bad that it's going to take a catastrophe for things to change. And that's sad, because there's no love. And the devil is real. And he knows his time is limited. And this is why he has everybody going the way they're going. Because God is love. God is not hate. That's the devil. Number three, the kid who talks too much in class. They get yelled at a lot. Accepting love means a teacher says, I see your energy. Let's use it well. What part of you do people complain about that's actually a gift in the right place? See, this is something to make you think, especially if you're one of the kids that run their mouth a lot. Number four, a parent who yells at their kids. They were yelled at as a child. Accepting love means someone says, you're not a monster, you're hurt. Let's get you help. What did you learn as a kid that you're still trying to unlearn? One of the things that I used to say when I was a kid, when I grow up, I'm gonna never beat my children. Because I got a lot of I was mischievous. I have to say that. I did a lot of things I wasn't supposed to do. And when I got older, you know, I realized that you can't spare the rod and spoil a child because the child will grow up to be nothing. I have family members that was like that. They didn't get what we got, and they growed up to be basically worthless. And it's sad, but you don't have to stay that way. You can always unlearn and relearn. It's up to you. Like I tell you, over 10 years ago, I reinvented myself and changed my mindset, you know, and that was something that I would have thought I was going to go to my grave doing the things that I used to do. Now it doesn't even feel right doing it because I don't live that way no more. I don't walk with the devil no more. I walk with God. And that's a part of it too. You got to have a connection with God to be able to love. 'Cause like I say, God is love. Love is God. Strongest force in the universe. Can make you the happiest and it can make you the saddest. It's up to you. Number five, the kid who can't read fast. I was one of them. Like now, I tell you, I'm dyslexic, so sometimes you hear me stuttering up a little bit or mis pronouncing words because it's dyslexia. Now let's see what it says. They feel stupid. Accepting love means a parent reads with them slowly and says, "We'll take as long as it takes." And I think that was one of the things that would have helped me more with my dyslexia than to be ridiculed and stuff. Because I used to read like the rat and like that. So I'm much better than I was, but I wish I could be better. And this is why I do what I do so I can get better. What did you learn as a kid that you're still trying to unlearn? No, that was the last one. What's something you slow at that you wish someone would be patient with? If you're one of those type of people who go slow and need for people to be empathetic to you, not sympathetic, but empathetic to you, understand what you're going through and feel what you feel. Number six, a teenager who got pregnant. People whispered about her. Accepting love means someone says, you're not a mistake, and neither is this baby. Like I tell you, when I was talking to you yesterday, purpose, you know, you're one out of billions of sperm cells that made it. So if you beat all of them, you're meant to be here. It's just a different circumstance that your parents are not married, but God made for you to be here. It's a reason for you to be here. And just understand that and never think anything less of yourself because we all equal in the sight of God. I may have a gift that you don't have, you may have a gift I don't have, but we're all equal. And when people start to understand that and realize that, it'll be a much better place in the world. Number seven. The old person who repeats stories, people avoid them. Accepting love means someone sits and listens to the same story for the 10th time. Who in your life is lonely that you've been ignoring? Some people just want you to hear. They lonely, they want some companionship, you know? It's just like people who say they love their parents, but they put up in a home, and in a old folks home, and they got big houses and they got money and everything. When their parents struggle and pain carrying them, went through all the things in their life, but that's just how people are. They get attracted to this worldly life. What they don't understand is that this worldly life is fleeting. It's only a short period of time. You're going to be dead way, way longer than you're going to be alive. So prepare yourself for that grave and that afterlife. You know what I mean? You better read your Bible, your Quran, your Torah, whatever, like the Bible is. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. The Quran is the straight path. Torah, all of them are the same thing, doing the right thing no matter what. And this is what people miss. They want to say, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. No. God says that the person he loved the most is the most righteous out of all. Not meaning that you're not gonna make mistakes, because we all are. Not meaning that you're not gonna sin. We all are. But your character is gonna be the best out of everyone. Like the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's about you having a proper character and living right no matter what. You can't live like somebody else does because they do wrong. You got to live right no matter what. This is what it's about. Helping everyone accept, achieve, and appreciate love. And as you guys know, the name of this program, this platform, this movement, and in my book, it's on Amazon. It's Through Adversity Come Change by me, Rich Coma. Instead of seeking revenge, I sought forgiveness and love. And this is my book. It's on Amazon. Check it out. It'll change your life. You know, you know. Excuse me. I not only live this program. I mean, I don't only talk this program. I live it. My everyday life, even out in the street with people. I try to give them the best understanding of life that I can, so that it can make their day just a little bit better. And if we all start doing that, man, I'm telling you, the earth would be a better place, man. We wouldn't be going through the things we're going through. Number 8, the person who just got out of prison, no one will hire them. Accepting love means that someone says, you paid your debt. Now let me give you a chance. A lot of people look down on people who've made mistakes in their lives or who've done it intentionally. But when you go behind that wall, you pay your debt to society, you know, because we can't point fingers, because I'm pretty sure everybody on this earth has done something, you know. Do you believe people can change, or do you hold their past against them forever? And people are so biased, you know, they pick and choose because one person can do one thing, and they swear to Almighty God that they should be hung or whatever. But if it's someone they like and they do it, oh no, they make so many excuses. And God says the hypocrite will be at the bottom of the hellfire. That's why I say, like, people who talk about they this and they that religiously, but they hate and they have racism in their heart. You can't be a person of God like that. Just ain't gonna happen. Because if God loves you and you're a person that hates and hurt people and think of nothing but evil, do you really think God is going to let you into paradise to do something like that? It ain't going to happen. Number 9, the kid whose parents are getting divorced. They think it's their fault. Accepting love means someone says, "This is grown up stuff. You did nothing wrong. What did you blame yourself? What did you blame yourself for as a kid that was never yours to carry?" And see, these are questions you have to ask yourself. Of course, these are things that we all go through. We may not go through all of them, but it's something that I'm saying that will spark something in you that make you think, and make you want to make change. This is what it's about. Looking in the mirror and say, you know what, I can be better today, and tomorrow I want to be better, and the next day I want to be better than that person, and just keep striving and doing it. It's just like running a marathon. Starts with the first step. Number 10, the person with a stutter. People finish their sentences. Accepting love means someone waits and waits and doesn't rush. What do you need people to be patient with you about? Number 11, the person who tried to kill themselves. They think they're beyond love. Accepting love means someone says, "I'm glad you're still here. Stay." Have you ever felt like you didn't deserve to be loved? What's changed that? I remember times, right, when I was in the life and I put my trust in people that I call my brother. And I used to say, when me and my wife was together, like, and I even cried, like, damn, man, all I try to do is help these people, and all they do is stab me in the back. But see, one thing my mother always told me, she said, never give somebody something you can't afford to lose, and never take something that you can't give. And that's a life, because God will never forgive you. And I've always been afraid of that, you know. And I can say with pride, I'm not a gangster, not a tough guy. I'm just another person just trying to make a way in my life. And now I've been able to reinvent myself and change my mindset, something that a lot of brothers my age and even younger have yet to learn how to do. But it comes with time, it comes with patience, it comes with prayer, it comes with having a relationship with the man upstairs so he can give you the strength to do the things you need to do to change, to help you heal, you know? If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be in this place. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in. Everything in my life is because he's in charge, and he's given me the strength to do the right thing that I do now, you know, not to have habits like I used to have, and to not live above my means like I used to live above my means. Like I tell you, I used to spend $1,000 a day on just scratch tickets. That's not even spending any other money. Now I live off $1,000 a month. As a matter of fact, I got my money last night and paid all my bills and still had money left over. My refrigerator's full, my cabinets are full. I need nothing. And see, that's when you live right and do the right thing. God takes care of you because He takes care of everything He makes. When a bird goes out at night, comes back with a full belly to feed his babies, because God takes care of everything He makes. Just how life is. But you have to have that connection with God in order for Him to do that. Number 12, The person who voted directly that you think they're the enemy. Hold up, let me say that again. The person who voted differently than you think they're the enemy. Accepting love means you say, I don't understand you, but you're still a human. Who do you need to accept without agreeing with? I'm going to end it for that tonight. That's 40 minutes. Like I tell you, I have like, let me see, one, two, three. I think I have about another 3, 4 more days of this topic that we're going to be doing because I want to rub it into your brains, why we really need to accept, achieve, and appreciate love, why we need to come together and do the right thing by each other. In this today's climate, right? If you can't see what's going on in the world, something is really wrong. And I know y'all probably say, "Oh, this guy smoked marijuana." I have the card because I have ailments. Not only did I get shot, I had osteoarthritis in my spine, hips, and knees, and glaucoma before this. I got the SSI before I even got shot. So this is why this is for my pain and stuff. And it's almost bedtime, so it helps me to sleep and relax. But yeah, my purpose is to help us accept, achieve, and appreciate love. And like I said, I got another 3, 4 days more of what I put together for this topic because I think it's very pertinent that and important that we get this. We don't really have a lot of time because of the climate of what's going on in America and around the world. We don't have time to play games because if we don't come together and heal and start living life better, we're not going to have a life. It's going to be like slavery again, and this is what they're shooting for. They're shooting for to demolish the 14th Amendment. And that means the 14th Amendment is that every man was created equal. So we're no longer going to be a part of this society, and it's real, and people may say, oh, no, you parent. No, look at the TV. They tell you about it. When you have white people going against their cohorts, this lets you know it's serious. We have to take it serious. So it's time for us to come together, accept, achieve, appreciate love, and do the right thing by each other so that we can heal the world. We can't do it alone. We have to do it together. I'm asking you, each and every one of you who see this, help me help you and help me because I can't do it alone. I need you to like, subscribe, share, send donations, whatever. I pay $100 something a month just so I can give you guys this message on a daily basis. And I love doing it. If I never get any likes or anything, I'm getting paid from God because I'm giving his blessing and his lesson. Because like I tell you, it took me 6 years to put this program together. 5 principles, 3 articles, one healer. And the healer's helping everyone accept, achieve, and appreciate love. I'm intelligent, but I don't think I'm that smart. Even though I have a master's degree, I don't think I can put a program together that works like back to back to back and intertwines where it helps people to heal. That's his work. I'm just a facilitator. And like I said, I just want us all to heal, come together and start living life right. Like when I grew up as a kid, the block I come from and the neighboring blocks, we were all one big family. We got to get back to that, and it's time, and especially now before it's too late. But like I said, y'all have a blessed night, and we're gonna have another 3, 4 parts of this for the next 3, 4 days. So y'all have a blessed night. Get your spirit right. Get your connection with God so you can start to vibrate on a higher level, as I do. TACC man out. Y'all be blessed. And if nobody told you today they love you, I'm telling you. Each and every one of y'all. And I pray for you every day. Peace. TACC man out.